Hi guys, welcome to our new video. In the previous lecture, we covered about direction control valves, and in this one, we will be studying about pressure control valves. So what are pressure control valves? Pressure control valves are used to control the pressure of a fluid flowing through the pipe. Pressure control valves are of three types: pressure regulating or compensation valve, pressure limiting or relief valve, and the last one is pressure sequence valve. So let's start with pressure regulating or compensation valve. Pressure regulating valve is used to control the operating pressure in a circuit and maintain it at a constant valve pressure. It consists of a spring-loaded spool which is used to control the input pressure of fluids. Let's have a look at its working. The fluid supply through inlet port 1 and outlet is through port 2. A pilot feedback line from output is connected to port 3. Any accidental or operation rise in outlet pressure of the system results in increased thrust on surface F of the spool, which causes the spool to move to left side. This partially closes the port 1, decreasing the inlet pressure, and a constant outlet pressure is maintained. In case of reduction in outlet pressure, the spool moves to the right side and port 1 opens, increases the outlet pressure, and maintains a constant pressure in the system. The next is pressure limiting relief valve. Pressure limiting valves are used as safety devices to limit the pressure in a hydraulic circuit to below some safe value. It is basically used to prevent our system from damage. If the pressure exceeds the safe value, a valve called pressure relief valve diverts the fluid back into the sump. Let's now see how it works. When the pressure is normal, the spool closes the opening to the passage of the sump. But if the pressure exceeds the maximum safe value, then pressure acts on the spool on its lower side and pushed up the spool against the spring force. The spring force can be adjusted by the screw. The pushing of spool opens passage, and through this passage the fluid under high pressure enters the sump. Where pressure is reduced, the spool closes the opening to passage due to downward spring force. In this manner, the valve limits the pressure of the fluid. Now we further have pilot operated pressure relief valve. It's a part of the relief valve. In fact, it's an extension. Pilot operated pressure release valve is used to limit the fluid pressure. Similarly, in the same way we studied before. In the simple relief valve, there is frequent opening and closing due to fluctuations of the load. This causes more wear and tear and the vibrations of the spool. The pilot-operated valve used a pilot for maintaining a constant system pressure. Let's now have a look at its working. The main spool contains a small hole in the center. Fluid can pass through this hole and reaches the pilot line of pilot spool opens. A spring holds the pilot spool closed. Spring force can be adjusted by the screw on top of valve. The main spool is used to hold in a closed position by a spring. If the spring pressure increases, the fluid passes through the hole in main spool and fills the chamber between the pilot spool and the main spool and lifts the pilot spool. The opening of pilot tube allows the fluid to direct it to the sump. The chamber pressure falls. In case of high pressure, the main spool also lifts up, allowing more fluid to go to sump and decreasing the fluid pressure. Moving on to the last type, we have pressure sequence valve. Pressure sequence valves are used to allow flow to occur to another part of the system when the pressure rises above the required limit. Now let's look at its working. Pressure sequence valve consists of a ball or poppet attached with a spring. When the pressure of the fluid increases, it pushes the ball or poppet outward, and fluid passes through the passage to port 3. In this manner, the fluid is diverted to another port when fluid pressure increases. So that's it for today's video. In the next video, we'll study about pressure control valves. Guys, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe to Bunker Study Point. Thank you.